Hello and welcome to TimesXP. There's some important news for international students in the United States, specifically those from India who are facing uncertainty about their future as the new US President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office in January. Now, with Trump's plan for stricter immigration law, many US universities are urging international students to return to the campus before he swore in on January 20. The reason? Well, many international students are feeling incredibly stressed and worried about their visa, immigration status, and the future of their education in the US. Now, President-elect Trump has promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in the US history. He plans to use the military to help remove undocumented immigrants, and his administration has suggested building larger detention centers to hold immigrants waiting to be deported. Now, this has caused a lot of uncertainty and fear among students, particularly those from countries like India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, who make up large portion of international students in the US. Many students are now very anxious about whether they will be allowed to stay in the country to finish their education. To give you an idea how big this issue is, then over 4 lakh undocumented students are currently enrolled in US colleges and universities. And this is a large number. Many of these students are from countries like India, as we mentioned before, which has become the leading source of international students in the US. In fact, according to the Open Door report for 2023-24 academic year we are talking about, the number of students from India increased by 23%, making up more than 3.3 lakh students in the US universities. Now, this means that the policy affecting international students will have a huge impact on thousands of Indian students as well as their families. Many universities, like the University of Massachusetts, are issuing travel advisories urging students and faculty to return to the campus before Trump takes the office. These advisories are issued out of caution that is based on past experiences, like travel ban that were put in the place during Trump's first term back in 2016. Other universities like MIT are also sending similar warnings to their international students. Even, you won't imagine, Yale University hosted a special webinar to address the concern of their international community and provide updates on the potential changes to immigration law. Well, the uncertainty isn't only affecting the undocumented students, but also those who are protected under DACA. That means Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival program. Now, this program shields individuals who were brought to the US as children from deportation. Now, Trump has previously tried to end this particular program, adding more worry for many students who are relying on it to stay in the US for their studies. If we talk particularly about Indian students, then they are a very important part of this situation. The rising number of Indian students in the US colleges show how crucial this community is. Many of these students come to the US for opportunities in higher education, specifically in fields like engineering, medicine, and technology. But now, with the uncertainty around Trump's immigration policy, they are feeling nervous about their future. But let me tell you, if Indian students are forced to leave the US, then it is also a loss of US economy as well. Indian students have contributed significantly to the US universities, and their education and research play a huge role in the academic success of these institutions. If migration policy change, it could affect thousands of Indian students, their family, and even US economy. Now, the situation is still evolving, but for now, the advice to international students is very clear. Return to the campus before January 20 if possible. This will give them a chance to ensure that they can continue their education without facing disruption due to the possible immigration changes under Trump's administration. In conclusion, the growing concern among international students, specifically those from India, about the future of their education in the US are very real. The upcoming changes in immigration law and policies are creating stress and uncertainty for many students who are now having to make difficult decisions about whether to return to their home country or to stay in the United States. We'll continue to keep you updated as the situation develops. Stay tuned for more on this important issue affecting thousands of international students.